What's going on? Welcome back to Finance Journey. So today we're going to talk to you about Fisker. All in all, pretty successful week. I want to go over what really drove it higher and if it's going to continue into this upcoming week or not. Before I get into any of that, make sure you hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So on Friday, it did go down 14.37%, but for the week, it did go up 78.09%. And it all started on Monday. So on Monday, you had the rollover rumor from the tail end of last week. And so that was Heinrich essentially selling his personal home for about 35 million, and then in I think it was 2015, that's where he built it for 20 million. And so the rumor was that he was going to take the net proceeds from that sale and put it into Fisker stock. And at the time of doing this video, it is sitting at 26.33 million as a market cap. So imagine him putting the net proceeds in Fisker and what that would do to the stock price. So that was one positive thing that was even just rolling into the following week. Then you had this piece of news. So Fisker signs new dealer partner in Miami and adds new dealer partners in Europe. So despite what is even said in here, I think just the fact that they did put out this news shows that they are doing something. A lot of people were under the impression that they're just kind of a dead company sitting on their asses, just waiting for the whole restructuring to go through, so the creditors to give a nice rubber stamp on if they can proceed or not. So I think this was a very positive surprise. So those two things combined together caused it to go up a very impressive 129.09%. And as I said in my previous video, which came out on, I think it was the Sunday or the Saturday, a couple days prior to that, I said realistically, if you think about it, the reason why it's been holding around that 2-cent range is most likely their intrinsic value. Yes, it could go down below that, but the chances are very, very slim. So all in all, it was already sitting at a very strong support, so the intrinsic value. And so I think all of that just combined made for a very exciting Monday. And then that as well did roll over into the Tuesday. So shorts were returning a significant amount on Tuesday. Not so much on the Monday, but on the Tuesday they were. So it wasn't a full-on mother of all short squeezes, clearly, because it only went up about 64%. But beside the point though, shorts returning I think was a very positive thing. And then ultimately the broader market concerns started to drag it down. And then on Thursday, you did have it going green, 6.97% in fact. And that was because of this. So Motor Trend did compare the Model Y to Fisker. And so a lot of people once again are seeing this and be like, why would they kind of compare Tesla Model Y to a dead, dormant company? So kind of once again reconfirming that they are alive and well, essentially. Of course, we'll just have to wait and see. Next week is going to be a very big week for Fisker because based on what I did say roughly about 3 weeks ago, that they have about a month to a month and a half worth of liquidity, so cash and cash equivalents. So this upcoming week should be very, very key for the whole restructuring plan. So I think we should be able to find out sooner rather than later if things went well. And in my opinion, especially based on the momentum and the attention that Fisker now does have, if and only if their restructuring does go through, and it is very positive, then most likely you are going to see a very quick spike up. Because if you kind of think about it, like I said, let's say 2 cents is the true intrinsic value. That's not really counting in any future multiple. And they do restart the operations and they have kind of good financing terms. Then yeah, essentially Fisker could go up very, very fast. And of course, if you kind of zoom out, that little blip right here, which was very exciting on Monday and Tuesday, is nothing. So essentially, there is a lot of room that Fisker could go up. But of course, like I said, that is completely dependent on the restructuring. If for any reason the creditors say no, then Fisker is good as bankrupt. That's just my own opinion, of course, not a financial advisor. So let me know your thoughts on that in the comments below. But realistically, with this news, I do agree with, I guess, the consensus and the masses that why would they be putting out this news if they were dormant? That's just my own opinion, of course. So I think a lot of people are still watching Fisker, and you can kind of tell that based on the volume that's been getting in. So all in all, Very exciting stuff. So we'll just have to wait and see what does come down the pipeline. So give yourself a shout out if you did buy recently. I know based on my last video, a lot of people were putting in the comments saying that they did buy around the 2-cent range, so definitely made off fairly well. But for those individuals that did buy at the 2-cent range, did you sell? I think that's more of an important question. Did you sell recently or during the spike up, or are you still holding diamond hands and all the other crazy stuff? So yeah, let me know your thoughts. If you are looking at trading Fisker though, so with it around 4.5 cents, it is trading above this R3. So technically though, dependent on what happens during this weekend, because there's a lot of rumors that I guess the whole Iran and Israel scenario is going to escalate. So essentially, if that does happen, then kind of just take note of the strong support levels, as you can kind of see. So next one is going to be around 3.5 cents, 3 cents, and then you see a lot are in the 2-cent range. So once again, kind of showing as well why it did settle around, or kind of show a lot of support around that 2-cent range. So let me know your thoughts on that. Just looking at the 1 day, you can kind of see the next real strong resistance is 20 cents. So if there is a good piece of news, aka like I said, the restructuring, it could have a nice jump up to about 20 cents. Let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Hopefully everyone's having an amazing weekend thus far. One final thing I just wanted to share with you, make sure you guys take advantage of this. It is free money for the most part. Sign up for a new account, throw $100 at it, and they give you 7 fractional shares of the make 7 a $35 total value. So 𝗪𝗧 has definitely been investing and putting a lot of good information out, and is available on their platform. So again, highly recommend you guys taking advantage of this. Link in the description below and also the comments. With all that said, appreciate all of you watching.